There we have it, 2 weeks in the Mount Day workshop. Done and dusted. And no dust. That there is a back menu. Here we go! Day one in the Mount Day workshop.
Let's see what happens today.
Now that there's a mechanic here, I reckon people are just going to come have a squiz, show us what's wrong with their car.
I reckon 100%. So the boys have pulled out a bent chassis from a BT50. So they pulled it out last night. Thought I'd show you what's the most likely cause of the problem. It's pretty obvious when you see it, but completely snapped on both sides as well, but I'll show you the culprit, I reckon. Airbags. Yep. I reckon it was airbags for sure. But I'll show you the other side too.
Right, so we've got our first tyre of the season.
Yeah, nice big split in here. Where is it? Here. Look at that. That's a good one.
Knackered.
Anyway, I'm afraid to use the time machine, so I'm going to get Isabelle to show me, and then I will be a big boy and use the machine next time.
Oh yeah, that's what he reckons. I wonder what his tyre pressure's right. I'm going to ask him when we fix it.
There we go. I don't know how people roll beads off the tyres, sometimes.
Oh, I don't know either.
Well, holy shit, force.
Looking around the corner going 80 maybe. Tucking into it.
Right up.
Hey. Yeah. Push down like that. So you can get it up. Push down here. And then hold. Bring it over like that. And then ever so slowly turn it. Right, so we're going to patch this one.
Right there, the big one.
Yeah, it is a big one. There's a technique to this. First we clean it with the die grinder. That's alright, you got it sorted. Good work. For that truck, we got 12.7 diameter.
12.7.
Yeah. Alright, so we've got this truck in. He has an aftermarket auto cooler, and essentially the hose is split off, and we've got it in the workshop now.
Yeah, we do. So this hose here is what's broken. It's split, and here's the original, sorry, the aftermarket cooler. The gentleman put 75, 95 in it to get us here, to get him here, and so I've got to drain it, put some new stuff in, and go from there.
So old mate with the 200 series is going to come around soon.
You alright? Yeah, all good. Having good fun. I just replaced the split hose with a new one. We're going to bypass the cooler. That's what the customer wants. We'll cable tie that up out of the way so it doesn't chafe on anything. Fill it up with some more auto fluid. There's your drain plug there, and we've got to fill it up in this tube here, which is the dipstick. So this truck's an automated manual, which means the gearbox takes normal, like engine oil actually, and the torque converter takes automatic fluid. So I've got to fill it in here somewhere. That sucker right there is where we fill it. Takes about 5 litres, they say. So I've had to jerry rig this because it's a pain in the ass. We don't have any sort of tom thumb, a little bottle we can pump it into. So I've got to use this thing. This thing will probably suck this dry in about half an hour.
So I've got a 200 series here that has had some tyre problems. What I'm doing is I'm going to take the spare wheel off and swap over the carcasses and also plug this one. Holy shit! Just this rim, it's knackered! Look at that. Thank you.
There you go.
Oh, I can get it done.
Isabelle's on the Land Cruiser, I'm on the truck. We're on 2 litres now. This is the second bottle of their auto fluid going in. Painfully slow, but that's alright. I think this drains in about 10-15 minutes. Yeah, it's going to be a long night.
Oh yeah. I know we're in an Outback workshop, but we talk the wheels here. Oh, that's pretty dirty. After 2 crossings of the Simpson Desert, we're going to give our car some tender love and care. That's all diff oils, engine oil, and also just give it a full check over, just to make sure it's all good. Before we left, we put a brand new air filter in, and halfway through the trip, the snorkel sock fell apart because we cleaned it with degreaser, which is not what you use. But yeah, going to give that a blowout. We're also going to clean the mass airflow sensor. So we've got special mass airflow sensor cleaner to clean that. If you are doing it at home, check the O-ring. If that's cracked or anything, that could let in unmetered air. It doesn't leave a residue on the sensor, and we should get better fuel economy.
Why is it so messy?
Because, I'll tell you why.
You do one.
Listen to it. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what happened, alright?
It has a seal on that side actually.
The oil filter, or a bit of a knock.
So that's it.
There we go. So that's about 8,000 Ks on that fuel filter. We always change it when we do an oil change. That's a new one just for comparison. When I filled up the oil, it went everywhere. So we thought, oh no, we got a leak. Nah, just first year shit. We've got rain coming. Pretty big. Yeah, we've got rain coming. It's gonna be interesting. Rain makes it fun.
So we just slept at cabin 9, and we kind of knew there was rain coming. They said it was going to hit in the morning, and it has. What's the date?
The 30th of May.
30th of May. It is freaking flooded.
Dramatic.
People have just gone out in the desert. So the fuel tanker is bogged a few Ks out, so we're going to get the Uni-Mog and help him through the pass. Anyway, hopefully he gets through. So after talking to the fuel truck driver over the UHF, he wasn't actually bogged, but he was on the other side of a lot of bogging and he was a bit nervous, so we thought we'd just go down in the Uni-Mog just to be a bit more of an escort just in case he does get bogged.
In the Mount Dare workshop, and we're going to do a full drive experience inspection. Now Graham's going into Alice Springs tomorrow, so we're going to give him a list of things the cruiser needs and to make sure that it's all good to go. Loose battery, that needs to be sorted. Battery test is good. Air filter's good. Now check the mass airflow sensor and give that a clean. Check the moisture level, and that is in the red, so that is not good. So recommend replacing the brake fluid on that one. We're also going to check the clutch fluid as well. That is not good at all, so that is an urgent one to get replaced as well. There we go, we've got a leak here in the radiator. It's that third rib just there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's showing some signs of wear. This dry belt, I would recommend replacing that. Checking the fan for any cracks. So all the coolant hoses, it's a good idea to carry these as spare as well as the relevant size for the hose clamps. That's it for underneath the bonnet. We're going to move under the front end now and give that a check.
Yeah, there's a bit of play there, so Isabelle's going to come in and have a squiz with me too, but yeah, a copper flogging these things. Oh jeez, look at that. Look at that, full rooted.
That there is a Flogged out Uni-Joint.
Yeah, I don't think grease will fix that one, so just ripping this out and finish off the afternoon punching in a uni, I reckon.
Sounded better.
Yeah, there we go. So another job for the day is looking at the trailer. Mount Dare's about to do another supply run down to Finke, or sorry, up to Finke. And I just thought I'd have a look at their trailer, and there's a loose wheel bearing. For anyone who's never adjusted wheel bearings before, you've normally got a castle nut. Remove that split pin, and then this here is what puts the tension on. Righty, so what you'll need now is your little trusty shifter. There you go. Check that. That's good. Feel it. Doesn't feel grindy either. So all you do is you tighten that.
What do you got there?
This is a little handheld welder. You ready? We go. You ready?
No, it must be an on switch on it somewhere.
Right in.
Alright.
You ready?
I'm impressed.
Wow.
Bloody hell, there it goes on.
I'm quite impressed actually. Holy shit, it works.
Got a busy day today. We've got a customer in. He wants a oil and grease on a V8 Troopy. He wants some front brake pads, and he's done a tyre. So we've got a carcass up there that needs to go on the back of here. Bit of a tip for anyone servicing their car: always check your oil level before servicing it. This one's actually halfway between the dipsticks. So this old girl is it's not even old, it's 140 on it, so it's using a bit of oil, or it just wasn't topped up all the way when they first did the service. So nothing out of the ordinary. Dude's old school steel cable. See, this is why you look underneath your car a little bit, because you can see wet spots. I wonder what that is. Drop his oil. The rest of it's not wet, so that's good. Oh, that was actually pretty loose. Beautiful. I will be a big boy and use the machine next time.
Oh yeah, that's what he reckons.
Right, so this tyre's been a bit of a pain in the ass to get on the rim, so it's so damn skinny. Look at the bead bazooka ratchet strap around it. This is probably the ninth go, but I'm feeling confident about this one. That's why I'm filming it. So here we go, we'll give it a try.
Ratchet strap trick, eh? Oh, it's gonna pop hard. It's gonna pop so hard. Hold on, Claire. Here we go. Here we go! Woo! Woo!
That's a big one. Thank you very much.
Mwah.
I don't know why I'm showing you that. No one's going to be able to read the thing. So Mount Dare's tractor isn't working. I guess front end loader. Yeah, it's not working, so we're going to give a bit of a look. There's your lift pump there, which sucks fuel from your tank, lifts it up. You feed into here, which then goes through your filters. They might be clogged, I don't know, I might have a look at them too. So they've had a good look, they reckon it's this, it probably is, but I'll just cast my eye over it and see what we figure out. I'm gonna see if it starts, because you never know. No. So what I'm doing is just seeing if diesel's come out, which it is. Just out of that bleed hole there. Might crank it a few times, see if anything squirts out extra and go from there. That's pissing out. It's definitely not the lift pump, because we're getting diesel to it. So after a little bit of bleeding, bit of priming, got it going. So nice easy fix, no cost. Had a gentleman show up this morning. He wants me to check all his brakes. He had a rock jammed in his rear one, so he just wants to make sure his brakes are going to be all good to go. A common problem we see out here is Land Cruisers, specifically the 5-stud, brake and wheel studs, and I think the problem is the wheel nuts they use. Now this one here, that's a bloody great design. They normally don't have that extended bit, so they're only getting about half the thread they actually need, so that's a bloody good design, that. They're bloody half knackered. Well, they're not even half, they're bloody only got a few thousand. He goes through a few bog holes. He's bottoming out a fair bit. I don't know if they're extended bump stops, so they probably are actually, but big girl be heavy, bloody hell. Have a go at the bump stops on this big dog. He said a rock was in his suspension, but I think it's his brake pads on metal to metal, to be honest.
The Mount Dare workshop is going off today. It's Friday, the weekend of Finke, and it's just job after job. Wheel nuts, brakes, alternators, brake lines. It's going wild.
So many. It's, what is it? It's a few days to Finke now. It's Friday today. Prologue is tomorrow. So everyone's trying to get to like Finke right now. There's people going through the desert, punching through. Bloody nuts.
Yeah, plus we've had so much rain.
Alternator in the big 70. So we're going to pull it apart, and the parts coming from Alice today. So I've got another victim of the Simpson Desert mud. Good indicator that the alternator's knackered is probably the mud on the roof. And underneath here is boggy. So yeah, well, yeah, it is an alternator, so we're changing that out. So I'm going to pre-start doing this job, so when the alternator comes, it's just slap it in. I've got a few other jobs to go, and we'll sort of go from there. So anyway, here we go. So when you take a belt off and you haven't done the job in a while, or you don't actually know, it's good to draw how the how the belt goes. That's just terrible, but anyway, that doesn't matter. That's how you do it. Here it is there. Mud in the bolt too. Gee. On this particular alternator, there's two long bolts and then there's 2 studs with nuts on them. So what I'm doing is there's a Torx bit, a male Torx bit on the end of these studs. So I'm just taking them out. So I'm going to see if this might make my life a bit easier, because I remember it was a pain in the ass getting it out, but I don't remember what part of it, and it might have been because I didn't remove the studs. So I'm going to try and do that. Oh, there we go. Boom. That one's about. Here's new in the old. Alright, so we've got this car, that car, that car, and that car over there.
Got keys for it?
Yeah, they're all over there. Isabelle's on the tools today.
Front rear brakes on this 200 series. Rear's got no mil and the front's got 2 mil.
You got here with the parts, that's half the work, isn't it? Just organising the workshop. This bloke here is staying in the night because his group, one of the Hiluxes, did a diff. These guys are going to be in one group, so they want to go as soon as can, so we'll do that. What do you think? Wade is going to wait?
Wade is going to wait. Sometimes all it needs is a bit of force. I reckon I have done about 1,000 sets of brakes in my life. Tastes piss. Beautiful.
So one of the blokes in the group, we just pulled out his tyre to do the pads. Pads are fine, that's all good, but his sway bar link. A piece of piss. You wouldn't know, would you? Anyway, we're going to look at the rest of the car now. They're all coming to us now, so anyway, busy day today. Just replacing the sway bar link on this one. So the sway bar links popped out of these ones, so I've just got the little ball ends to play with now. Oh, anyway, new sway bar link in, happy days. Get his wheel on and torqued up and on to the next. Just to show how vicious the mud is out here.
Hay River track.
Yeah.
Plenty highway.
Plenty highway.
Alice.
Yeah.
And down to here, Mount Dare.
That's easily a few thousand kilometres, but bloody, they've worn a few mil already, you know. So if your brake pads are on 2 or 3 mil before leaving, they're going to be worn to nothing. So it's get them changed. They're not expensive, and they're going to save a big heartache. Anyway, he's good. So we've got a few of his other mates to go. Yeah, bloody oath.
They're cheap and they're so light to carry.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. No, good advice. Good advice. Anyway, this bloke is blowing through his rear pads. Same group as all the other blokes, so put the rear pads in for him and go from there. But bloody hell, this group's gone through some pads, Jesus. Pretty thin. Lucky it's 70 because the Mount Dare cruisers have the same brakes, so we had some in stock for him, so that's good. Get him out of the way. New set in. Bloody mess. Anyway, on to the next side. It's naughty to hit the ratchet with your hand, just so you get carpet on it.
Naughty.
Those rocks, you'd like to
Extra $100 for the watch.
Rated voltage.
They're over tightened.
Well, that won't take it off.
No, I'm just gonna crack them by hand.
Got it?
Yeah, I just cracked them by hand.
Good work, folks. That's good mechanic right there.
Alright,
Yeah.
so doing these brakes and noticed this spring completely snapped.
Well, we've got a big pile of random springs up in a place we call Bunnings. So we might go for a little drive and have a look.
Yep.
Jeremy went up to Bunnings and he found this spring, which we're going to pop into this Prado. So he's lucky. Lucky we've got one, because this one's knackered.
Oh, jeez. Alright, and we're in.
Oh, beautiful.
You've been like a f***ing personal bunny. Second last job of the day. I've got one more. I've got to fix the CV and the Mount Dare single cab. Question for you guys. Are Land Cruisers as strong as what you reckon? I don't know. Although these cops are flogging, but you know, we have done a CV and our car cops are flogging. It's about 3:30 now, so I'm going to try and get it done before beer time. There we go. Oopsies. Big bit of steel in there. Alright, this thing's been exploded. That's why the steering was bad. All the broken material is jammed up in between the swivel arm. Alright, quick last job. Do the messiest one last. And the beer. Just gotta get that axle seal out in there and put a new one in. Pretty munched up from the ball. I think the cage exploded and then all the ball bearings are bloody been floating around for a while. Got all the metal out, but no, that's pretty toast. So got the old one out. Time to put in the new one. Got my assistant here.
I am showered, so I will be doing nothing.
So I've got the new seal in. Freshy. No, it's not a gasket, but this will seal. Pull it apart, put some grease in it, put it back on, jack it down, bada bing, bada boom. You know, I'm not going to tell you how we did it, I'm just going to show you how we did it.
There we have it, 2 weeks in the Mount Dare workshop. Done and dusted.
Absolutely done and dusted, you know. Hopefully this shows you guys, you know, the random things that can happen out here, you know. Maybe I might help you try and prevent them as well. Yeah,
it's always good to be prepared when you come out to these remote parts of the country, but you know, we had lots of fun in these 2 weeks. Felt like longer, but it was good fun and we can't wait to come back.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you liked it, and would you let an Outback mechanic work on your car? Everyone was surprised at the workmanship.
Yeah, well, would you rather get fixed or not? I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, like and subscribe. Have a good one.